Hi everyone, and welcome to Doc's Thoughts. So today is the final video in my little mini series on appetite regulation. So to recap, we talked about how stress can affect your appetite, how lack of sleep can affect your appetite, how simple habits can affect your appetite, and how letting yourself just get way too hungry can affect your appetite. So I'm going to finish off by talking about all the stuff we surround ourselves with and how that might affect our appetite. So this is a bigger topic. Lots of little things to talk about, so I'm gonna get cracking at it. So if you think about what you surround yourself with, just that you have no control over. So when you go to the grocery store, when you go to the gas station, when you're driving down the highway and there's all the billboards, I've talked about this before, we are inundated with advertising that is directly targeted at us to buy unhealthy things. Companies make money, they make money off of unhealthy foods, and so they advertise and market directly at us to buy these things. And they make these foods taste really, really good, and they make us feel good immediately, which makes us want to buy them again. So just realize that you're really up against an uphill battle, and that what you surround yourself with is directly going to affect your appetite, because subconsciously when you see these pictures of delicious burgers and fries and sodas, you know, you're going to go to the store and without even knowing it, you might want to buy those things, right? So don't judge yourself too much. Just realize that it's really hard, and just be aware of that, and be aware that some of this is out of our control. But what you might not think about is what you surround yourself and who you surround yourself with in terms of friends and family and your coworkers. I, as an ER physician, had years where we have these break rooms, and in the break rooms, you have people who are working night shifts. We're working in extremely stressful, high stress situations. And so everyone wants to bring foods that make you feel good. They want to be soothed, which is what I talked about in my emotional eating video. I think I forgot to mention that one. And so I realized the power of your work environment. And even to this day, when I work in a place like the urgent care, we frequently will have donuts, we have sugary foods. Not judging anyone at all, I totally get it, but realize that what you surround yourself with is going to affect your ability to control your appetite. And so some of the things you can do is, obviously you're not going to quit your job. Obviously you're not going to just get rid of these break rooms, like they're going to be around forever. But you can prepare yourself. So you can bring your own healthy foods. You can stay away from the break room. You can make sure you drink a big glass of water. One of the things I do when I'm at urgent care, when I start to get those cravings, is sometimes I reach for the treats. That's human nature. But I'll try to have an apple, something like an apple and some nuts, or sparkling water with flavor in it, something to kind of give me that same little fix that I want, but will keep me away from those other foods that might be what I don't want to put in my body at that time for whatever my health goals are. So hopefully that helps. And then, lastly, when I talk about the things and people you surround yourself with, think about the people you surround yourself with. So they say you are the equivalent of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And so we have to look at our friends and their habits and what they're doing and how that affects us. And again, I'm not saying to ditch those friends, but I'm saying to be aware of it. And a great example of this is if you have a family, and that family tradition is that when you guys get together, you drink a ton of beer and you eat cheesy dip and cheese curds and lots of unhealthy food. I get it, I'm from Wisconsin, like that is baked into us. But how could you start to maybe change the patterns? Maybe you bring the healthy dip, maybe you bring the sparkling waters, maybe you, just by not eating those foods, make everyone kind of scratch their head and say, oh, maybe I want to do that too. Talk about it, tell everyone what you're doing, tell them what your goals are, and say, this is why I'm avoiding these foods. I'm not trying to be a buzzkill, but I'm trying to reach this health goal, and in order to reach this health goal, I need to not drink the case of beer. So that being said, just think about what you're surrounding yourself with, and not the purpose being getting rid of all these people and getting rid of all these things, but just the awareness of it, and you being the change. How can you be the one who changes? That might be the trigger for other people to change as well. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this little mini video series. Again, it was about appetite control, appetite regulation. We all suffer at times from not being able to control our appetites. We all set health goals. We all want certain goals, and sometimes we have a hard time sticking to them. And so my whole point in this little series was to help you look at different ways to work on this to make it easier for you to stick to your goals. So I will talk to you guys again soon. I love having you as my audience. I really appreciate it. More information available for me, lynnkwagner.com. I have a newsletter. You can sign up at my website for that. I love sending messages to you guys there. I have a YouTube channel that's kind of off and on in the works, and then a couple courses online. So as much as you want from me. There's a lot available out there, so check into it. And then of course you can always see me in clinic too. So that being said,